A consumer alert tonight. If you enjoy a nice cold beer, your supply may be limited.
There's a CO2 shortage, making it nearly impossible to brew new beer. The shortage started 2 years ago during the pandemic, but as we ease away from COVID, the CO2 problem remains.
NBC 15's Karis Harmon is live now downtown. Karis, you spoke with local brewers today who say they're keeping ahead of the shortage.
Yeah, they are, and they're staying proactive because without CO2, there's no beer. Head brewer Hannah Shankman at Braided River Brewery in downtown Mobile tells me you can't make beer without CO2.
It's involved in the transfer process, it's involved in the carving process, it's involved in the packaging process.
Shankman tells me Braided River gets refills of CO2 about once a week, and they sell their handcrafted brews in their own can packaging.
Our canning line uses a lot of CO2 because we're constantly purging cans and just trying to keep as much oxygen out as possible, so it's a huge part of what we do.
While Braided River has not been affected by the CO2 shortage, Shankman tells me about a month ago they ran into a different CO2 problem. Their supplier didn't have enough workers.
Can't move beer, can't package beer. CO2 filling tanks, you're dealing with a lot of pressure and important gases, so it's not easy to just walk into that industry or that side of the business, so they were having trouble getting people in the door.
There are many reasons why the United States is experiencing a shortage of CO2. A lot of our CO2 comes from the Jackson Dome carbon dioxide well in Mississippi, but it was contaminated by an extinct volcano. Throw in supply chain issues, CO2 plants shutting down for maintenance, and high demand, and you have the recipe for a shortage. Jamie Powell, the assistant manager at Squiddink, tells me the CO2 shortage doesn't just affect beer.
Our Coke products and distribution of that as well, and mixers in general. So without CO2, we're down a lot of beverages, including the beer.
Like other places downtown, Squiddink hasn't been affected by the shortage so far, but they're keeping an eye on it.
Beer sales are our biggest seller here, and we're a restaurant with a bar, so I think that if we can't get beer, that could affect things in general.
There's not an end yet in sight for when things may get better, but brewers across the country say they anticipate things getting better sometime this fall. I'm live in Mobile, Karis Harmon, NBC 15 News.